What is going on, everyone? Welcome into Big Time Football Talk. So I wanted to just touch on, what a tremendous job Justin Herbert's done this year at quarterback for the Los Angeles Chargers. And, I've always harped on that, the Chargers should be a better team than they displayed in years past. I remember growing up, Antonio Gates, Phillip Rivers, LT, what an exciting trio. And they kind of got that going right now. You look at when they have Joey Bosa, Justin Herbert, and Derwin James healthy, this team is really scary. And then you got Rashawn Slater playing big-time football at the left tackle position. You kind of saw, this was a very good tackle class. I still really want to see Christian Darrisaw play some football this year, but we're not sure if he'll get to play. He's dealing with an injury for the Vikings. I still think that was a good pick. I think Darrisaw will be good. But, Slater was a guy that was really just a technician fundamentally. I don't think he was quite like the, physical specimen, maybe like, Penei Sewell or Darrisaw. But, man, he is just so fundamentally sound. He's just doing an outstanding job. And that extra protection for an already outstanding quarterback like Justin Herbert is just leading to their offense, creating firepower. And I love watching Justin Herbert. He's got all the tools you want in an NFL quarterback. He's got a rocket arm. He's got size. He's got poise. He's humble. His work ethic is just, outstanding. I was watching the Dan Patrick interview, and Herbert was talking about how the guy just doesn't take any days off, and it's not like one of those, tough guys like, oh, I don't take any days off. He just enjoys football that much that, his idea of enjoyment is getting in to, the facility with the guys, watching film, and just trying to get better. So, yeah, I really like what I've seen out of Justin Herbert so far this season and last season, coming into the Kansas City game where he got his first start, where Tyrod Taylor was dealing with the forget what it was, but was dealing with the issue, and he's shining. He's just, I always say that the talent is kind of, I've learned, I don't throw out the word talent a lot because, a lot of guys, aren't just, aren't just naturally gifted. Some guys, some things come a little easier. But, if you want to use, Herbert, I'd say the talent and his work ethic and the love of what he does, always wins out. That's why Zach Wilson, I still a big believer in Zach Wilson. The guy just works too hard. He competes, and, his ability to throw from the different arm angles and just complete, all these variety of different throws. So, but yeah, I think the Chargers are, right there atop the AFC. I think, the Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen look, pretty darn good as of right now. Josh Allen, just another guy that just, kept getting better and better. And Sean McDermott's done a great job coaching that football team. So, yeah, the Bills, Chargers in the AFC. So I still a believer in the Chiefs. The defense is struggling. They're not playing great football as of right now. But, every time you go out there with number 15, Mahomes, on the football field, you got to believe that they have a legitimate shot to beat anyone. And, Kansas City, if they get in the playoffs, and even if they're just say they're even just a wild card team, that's not a football team that you want to play because they could put points on the board. Mahomes and Tyreek Hill is a deadly combination, as we've seen now the last couple of seasons. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to touch on a little bit for NFL. As I transition to college now, I just want to talk about how proud I am of my team, the Michigan Wolverines. And, this might not be this. They might not still beat Ohio State and win the Big Ten, which to me would be, disappointing, obviously. But this was a team that was just bad last year. Legitimately bad, 2-4, and it could have been worse. They beat a Minnesota team that, had a bunch of guys out with COVID and opt-outs. And, they beat a Rutgers team that was just not very good last year. Obviously a lot better now in year two of Greg Schiano. But, this Michigan team is, they got leadership. Aiden Hutchinson is just playing out of his mind. He's a guy that shot up NFL draft boards, as I, discussed some of my top players on my overall big board and at the defensive end, edge rush position specifically. Aiden Hutchinson's a guy that's, going to be right at the top of that talk. But yeah, Daxton Hill, making a case for the best. One of the best safeties in the country. I know Kyle Hamilton from Notre Dame is pretty special as well. But yeah, Michigan, we'll really see coming up. They still got Michigan State, Penn State, and Ohio State on the schedule. So anxious to see what they do in those games. I'm not very confident against Penn State. Michigan State will be interesting because it's at Michigan State. But to get Ohio State at home, Ohio State has looked a lot better than they did early on. But, it's that is still going to be a very, very tough game. And it's a game they obviously have not won, the last, 10 to 15 years. But I'm proud of Michigan. Harbaugh seems, a lot more motivated. And, this team has got some good young leaders. And McCarthy and Donovan Edwards is getting guys to, practice early in the morning after they come back from away games and I think even from home games too. So it's got the makings of a team that could have some success. But, I'm proud. I'm proud of what I've seen out of this Michigan football team, and hopefully they continue to get better, and hopefully their leaders continue to lead in a strong, positive manner for Michigan. So I'm trying to think what else I want to touch on here. I kind of was just openly speaking what I thought. I think the Texas-Oklahoma game was just an outstanding football game, and Caleb Williams is going to be a star for a long time for Oklahoma. He did some tremendous things coming in for Spencer Rattler, who was struggling. And it's too bad to see Spencer Rattler struggle because he's a guy that has played good football. And some people had him as a potential number one pick in the NFL draft this upcoming season. But, yeah, Caleb Williams has been getting reps with the number ones in practice. So we'll likely get to see him Saturday night versus TCU. TCU, always a competitive football team. They haven't been, a very elite program the last several years, but they're having a pretty solid season, and they love to get after Oklahoma and Texas. So yeah, we'll see what the Sooners bring. I've been impressed. Oklahoma has gotten so much better on the defensive side of the ball. This is a team that was just horrific defensively a few years back, and they've just done a great job. Alex Grinch in that defense. So yeah, it's Alabama, I think, with the loss to A&M, I think they rebound and they fix some of the issues. I think, like they always say, sometimes a loss will refocus you. Bill Belichick used to say this, and, a loss can kind of refocus you, can get you hungry and back on track to, get into, back to more of your winning ways. So we'll see what Alabama does moving forward. Iowa up to number 2 in the country. Iowa, a very good football team, playing some fantastic defense. The Hawkeyes are. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning into this clip of Big Time Football Talk. Make sure to stay tuned for more videos and clips from the show. Till next time, peace.